Welcome to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. On this show, Chris Apple with Arkansas Pro Wash, who's a foster dad whose wife is adopted, is going to share with you about how you can be involved. We'll be right back. Welcome to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. I'm your host, Perry Black. On this show, we have a dear friend of mine, Chris Apple with Arkansas Pro Wash. And I'm wearing my Army hat, my sunglasses, because we're outside, Chris. Look at the view.
Did you bring your fishing pole?
I did not. Fish have a unique way of knowing when I'm in the boat. And I'm a great fisherman, and they know that, so they don't come up to my bait. But behind us, I think the camera can obviously see there's a beautiful home back there, and that is one of our foster homes here on this 25-acre campus at 21815 I-30 Family Church Bryant. And there on the campus behind us, Chris, we call that the Pond House. We have not only the Pond House, we have the house that we finished 2 years ago that has foster children in it as well, and our Girls Pregnancy Crisis Center, where one of our precious young ladies just about 3.5 weeks ago gave birth to a baby, and we're excited about that. So all the people in the liberal worldview say, you know, you Christians only care about saving the baby, but you don't do anything after the baby's born. That is incorrect, sir.
Yeah, that's good to see y'all taking steps to make a place for them.
Well, when you say y'all, we're talking about people like y'all and people like y'all, because everything we do in the ministry that God's called us to do can only be done when people like you and our supporters get involved and engaged. Now, in my opening segment, I always like people to get to know you. People have probably seen your trucks around Central Arkansas, Arkansas Pro Wash. Your office is just about 1,800 feet from where I'm sitting right now.
A stone's throw.
And we could get there if we could walk on water.
Yes. Yeah. So
tell me about Arkansas Pro Wash.
Yeah, so I started Arkansas Pro Wash in 2009. My wife, Katie, and I did. And it was really interesting. You're a home builder. I grew up building houses, working for my dad. And right about that time, 2008 and 9 is when the housing market crashed. And I was 23 or 24 years old looking for something to do. God gave me an opportunity to buy a power wash rig. I didn't even have the money to buy it. The guy wanted $1,000. I'd been through some hard times, didn't have the money. A good friend of mine came over to the house and he said, Chris, he said, I'll buy the tool shed from you out of your backyard for $1,000 so you can go get this power washer. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that. That's
so
cool.
we loaded it up on the trailer, took it to his house. He gave me the cash. And the next day I was out knocking on doors. Hey, can I wash your house for $100 or for $200? Yeah. And did that for a couple years. Katie and I got married and started having kids, and the pressure really set in, and realized I've got to do something to provide for a family here, and started pursuing commercial business. So today we don't do much residential work. Most of our washing is for commercial real estate owners, real estate managers, property management companies. We wash everything from 8-story office buildings to parking garages to apartment communities, schools, colleges, and that's kind of what we do. That's the work God's given us to do. And work's hard, business is hard. Yeah. You've been in business, it's a struggle of managing employees and managing cash flow and sales. And
employees have to be managed?
A little bit. And operations and all those things that go into running a successful business. And back in
let me interrupt you and tell you a story.
Yeah.
Years ago, someone came to my office and said, we have a guy here in our church, his name's Chris, and he said if we ever need any power washing, just let him know. And I said, well, then let him know. And within a matter of a couple of weeks, I'm driving across the property and there's this young guy, probably 23, 24, and you're just out there just power washing everything, and did a great job. And since that time, you and Katie have gotten really engaged in not only power washing in business, but in fostering, mentoring, and adopting. You said when she started having kids, you really realized you're going to have to develop your business. So how many kids have y'all now from Katie? I know it's a strange question.
Birth children.
Yeah, birth children.
So we have 3. Katie and I have been married 13 years, have a 11-year-old little girl, Erin, 9-year-old little girl, Lori, and then a 7-year-old little boy.
And where do they attend school?
Arkansas Christian Academy.
Right over there?
There's your plug, yeah. Yeah. But you're getting ahead of me.
Okay, go back.
No one meets God in a good moment, right?
Yeah.
So when you're laying it, when you're a new business owner, if you've been doing it for a few years and you've spent every penny you've had trying to make it work, and it's just a struggle, and you're laying in bed at night and you know you've got a baby on the way, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And that's the place kind of where I was at in life. I was saved as a little boy, going to the Baptist church down in Sheridan, but I didn't know God. I wasn't living for God. I wasn't doing bad, but I just wasn't walking with the Lord. And those are the circumstances where God brought me back to Him. I needed Him. I needed help. I knew what I was doing wasn't working, and I was listening to this guy preaching and telling jokes.
Who was that guy?
This guy. And
I was telling jokes? No way.
So in the fall of 2012, that's where I rededicated my life to the Lord and began walking with Him.
Yeah.
And through that's where we've moved into, hey, let's not just sit in church on Sunday and warm the pew.
Yeah.
Let's do something on Monday when we go back to work.
That's why they call them pews, because when you just sit there, they stink. We're not called to just sit and listen. We're called to be equipped to serve, and not just within those 4 walls, huh?
Absolutely. We need to get out into the marketplace where God's placed us, to go into all the world. And that's what we began doing slowly. It wasn't one big moment where we just said, hey, let's start a business and turn it into a ministry. It's just been these incremental steps we've taken. God's put an opportunity in front of us, and we did something with that, and then He gave us another one, and another one after that.
Yeah, and we're going to take a break here in just a little while, but you mentioned something really profound that I think sometimes people hear, but they're listening, but they don't hear. You said business and ministry. Can they be one and the same?
Absolutely. So as a believer, I believe we have a responsibility to use whatever God's given us in our life, whether that's our family or our role at church or our role in the marketplace and business. We have a responsibility to use that for His glory, to serve Him and His kingdom. I mean, we're part of the kingdom.
Yep.
So absolutely, and it doesn't have to be this big glamorous thing. We don't have to be on TV to do that, or have a lot of money to do that. We don't have to have 1,000 employees to do that. If we have one employee or one customer, we can influence for God in the marketplace.
Or even be the employee. You're the salt and the light in the earth. So you mentioned you have 3 birth children, but you also have foster children. And we're going to come back in the next segment. We're going to talk about the fact that your wife was adopted as a child as well. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
So you're in the trenches of fostering, mentoring, and adopting. A great supporter of what we do, and your business as well, and your business associates have supported so much of what we do. So we're going to take a brief break, and we'll be back in just a moment with Chris Apple and talk to you more about mentoring, fostering, and adopting. We'll be right back.
A mission field around you is filled with young hearts needing a forever family. And at Second Chance Youth Ranch, our team is committed to providing healthy, stable, loving homes and families to hurting children in the Arkansas foster care system and those up for adoption. Please contact us if you feel the tug at your heart to help foster or adopt, and find out the steps you could take to help fulfill a child's lifelong dream. Maybe you can't foster or adopt, but you could help. The need for thousands of children in the system is staggering. But with the help of faithful partners and business alliances, we are meeting those needs right now. Would you help us make a difference? Every gift, regardless of size, impacts a child's life directly and helps provide for a home in the gap right now. Visit the Second Chance Youth Ranch website at 2CYR.org to read more, watch the stories, and to make a contribution for a hurting child's care. Monthly partners are needed, so please contact us right away. And as you partner with this ministry, you are partnering with the Heavenly Father that has promised to be Father to the fatherless. God bless you for helping Second Chance Youth Ranch.
Hey, welcome back to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. On this show, we have Chris Apple with Arkansas Pro Wash, who is deeply involved in the ministry of fostering And you've got 3 birth children, you and your wife, Katie, who I've known since I had hair. Very funny, Perry. I've actually known her, I think, since she was like 12 or 13. She came to my summer camps, destined to win, fired up for Jesus summer camps. We're still doing those. Got one coming up in July this year, 2023, in Lonsdale, Arkansas. 150 to 200 teenagers there, live music, power of God, so many things. And that's how I met Katie. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, I know her family. Her family's attended the church here for years. And somewhere along the line, y'all got married. You decided when that first baby was coming, you know, we might want to think about getting our lives really in line with the will of God, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you just realize you've got this responsibility. It's not just me anymore. It's not just us. Now we're responsible for this, for this little baby.
And them babies, they're a gift that keep on taking.
Yeah.
Once you have a baby, that's forever. And we have a lot of babies in foster care that are looking for a forever family. This show is on the air to let you learn more about fostering, mentoring, and adopting. If you want to know more, you can contact us here at 2CYR-TV or 2CYR.org or everychildarkansas.org. Now, enough for all the advertising, because we want you to get involved. You met Katie, getting ready to have a baby.
Well,
decided to get on and get with your pursuing the will of God, and in doing that, started Arkansas Pro Wash by just a power washer and a dream.
Yeah, so it started the business, and was blessed by others to have that opportunity.
Yeah.
The friend bought the tool shed from me. The guy who was selling me the power wash equipment, he gave me an incredible deal on the equipment.
Yeah.
Got out and got started, realized how hard business really is, and realized that I needed God to be able to not just run a business, but to walk through life, to raise my family, lead my family. And then the Lord began to just incrementally give us new opportunities and show us that, hey, you don't have to just sit in church on Sunday. You can get involved in the things that are going on in the world.
Work to make a living or live to make a difference.
There you go. That's a good way to say it.
Currently, how many do you have on your staff?
20.
20. How many trucks do we see on the road?
About 10.
10. And y'all do not so much residential anymore, but if somebody called you, you'd probably do a residential.
Yeah, so we do. We wash for our friends.
Yeah.
If you ask me to wash your house, I'll come wash your house. But most of it's commercial work. And the cool thing about business and being a minister in business is that we've got to do a job. We've got to work. We've got to provide for our families. But I've broken it down to 3 ways. And this is how I tell my team. The first thing we've got to do is serve our customer.
Yeah.
If we're not serving our customer well, we're not giving a very good testimony of the Lord.
Yeah.
So we've got to serve our customer. We've got to do our job well before we can do anything else. But the second thing that I want to see happen in our business is I want to build up my team. I want to see the men and the women that come to work for us, I want to see them grow in their walk with the Lord. I want to see them do better in life. It doesn't mean that we're sitting around and holding hands and praying and doing a Bible study, but we're having intentional conversations. We're doing a team breakfast every month with them, and we're sowing into their life. We're packing meals with the Hunger Relief Project together. We're doing things.
Tell us a little bit about Jeff Metters and the Hunger Relief Project. We've had him on television before. Tell us about that, because at Family Church, working with you and your relationship with Jeff, I think in 2022, do you even know, did we lose count?
130 to 150,000 meals.
Yeah.
Or more if you're counting both years.
And if you're not familiar with that, is there a City Connections website?
Cityconnections.org.
And you get your whole civic group or business group, like at Arkansas Pro Wash. Y'all have done it down at your warehouse. We've done it here at the church. You literally pack a meal in a bag, seal it, and then send it to all the feeding areas that minister to people in need.
Well, so let me lead into that. Yeah. So I want to serve our customer well. Yeah. I want to build up our team. I want to be a good steward of the people God's put in my life there. And the third thing we want to do is we want to make a difference in the community together.
Yeah.
So we have at our company, City Connections and the Hunger Relief, that's just one way we can help. But we've teamed up and we've done meal packing parties with our employees. We've done a few with our customers. So here we are, I'm with my customer, side by side, packing meals to make a difference in the community. And it's basically, it's a meal packing party. They play loud, fun music. You've got an assembly line. You're putting different food products into this package. It's working its way down the line and it ends up in a box. And then the greatest thing about it is City Connections has the network to get those meals into the hands of the people that need them in the community.
We did, and it's not just a bunch of adults at work. At the church here, we've done it at Arkansas Christian Academy with our elementary, all the way through high school. We've done it in our church with our elementary children and moms and dads, and it is a blast making a difference. And that's what really we ought to be doing in our society as the church.
So a few years ago, I was over at City Connections. Something we've done in our business is we are giving redemption opportunities to employees that have been through drug rehab or some type of event like that in life. And City Connections has a program called Operation Restore. And so I was over there visiting with them about hiring some of those guys to come work for us as helpers. And I met Jeff Metters in the process and was able to learn about his food packing program. But just through that, so we started packing meals at Arkansas Pro Wash. We started doing them at Family Church.
Arkansas Christian Academy.
We've done them at the school. Now through that, we've also done them through, you're familiar with BOMA, the Building Owners Managers Association. So that's a group of my customers that's gotten on board, and that's packing meals now. And they've just taken the ball and they're doing, I'm really not too involved in that, and they're still going with it. There are other companies in that network that are packing meals. So, just one conversation, and now we're packing hundreds of thousands of meals that City Connections is getting out there.
Yeah, and I want to just kind of recap. We've talked about it briefly twice. You had a vision, you had a need, you want to provide for your family. How can I do that? God gives you a creative idea, a witty invention, power wash. So you sell a storage building in your yard, is that what it was?
A tool shed.
And you got a little what we call seed capital, and then you did something a lot of people not interested in doing. I'm going to be speaking at our high school graduation, so I might get a little tidbit here. You got to not only inspiration, you got to have perspiration.
You got to work hard.
Yeah, faith without blisters is dead, and if you're going to put your hand to it, you got to do it for the glory of God, and it's going to require a lot of effort, mentally, spiritually, and every other way.
So as a high school kid, played football, and I remember my dad dropping me off for practice, and every time, he would tell me this every time he would drop me off, you got to give 120%.
Yep.
And if you're going to be successful, you've got to give 120% and not quit.
Amen. So if you're a giver, give 120%. Who came up with 10? Hey, we're going to take a brief break. Be back with Chris Apple.
My name's Annabelle. I'm 15 years old. Yesterday, I went shopping for just an outfit and stuff, and we went to Target and Little Rock. We ran out of time, so we stopped at McDonald's. It was so good. Got some chicken nuggets, fries, a sundae, I think, with a lot of caramel. My dreams for the future is go to a good school, college, or something, be an author or a chef or both for my coping skills whenever I'm outside of facilities and stuff. I love baking. I'm making a cookbook. I want to be an author more than a chef, but I don't know why, but because I bake more than I read, because that's mostly what I do instead of sleeping on my free time. I've been in and out of facilities since I was 6 or 7, and all my life I've basically been abused, nobody not wanting me except for my dad, my grandma, and my grandpa. I would like a very loving family. If I got adopted, what I would like to do would travel whenever we get a chance, do fun things like go swimming, shopping, visit friends, family. I want a big house, not a big house, like a big backyard, with a trampoline, swings. To all the families that wants a child, a daughter or a granddaughter, I'm here waiting.
Welcome back to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. As I always say in the last segment, I know those Project Zero videos showing you actual faces and hearing the stories and the heart's desire of children that are waiting for forever families. I know they touch you because they touch me, and I'm a part of what we're doing here. So don't just allow it to move your heart. That's so important. But when God moves in your heart, just like he did with Chris, trying to figure out what to do and discover the will of God as a young married husband whose wife's about to have a baby, God gave you a creative idea, sell the shed, get a power washer, and now you've got 20, how many employees?
20.
10 trucks on the road, and God just continues to expand your vision, but it goes way beyond business. And I think it's so easy in our lives to get caught up in making money instead of making a difference. And that's what you guys literally exemplify at Arkansas Pro Wash.
The business is what we do, but it's not what we're about.
That's right. Boy, that's good. The business is what we do. It's not what we're about. You know, in the old days, they had a commercial. It said, babies are our business, our only business. That was a Gerber baby food commercial. And our focus as Christians should not be how we can internalize and encapsulate our faith inside the four walls of the church, even though there are those who would like us to do that. But here at Family Church, Second Chance Youth Ranch, and the TV show, it's all about how can we make a difference in the lives of people. You've got 3 birth children. How many foster children currently live in your home?
So we have one foster daughter that lives with us right now.
And you've had how many other foster children?
That's hard to count. Officially we've had the one, and then we adopted our oldest daughter Taylor about 5 years ago when she was 16 years old. You know, new babies or something, new teenagers are a total different story. So we adopted Taylor.
So you adopted a teenager having 3 children, and none of them are yet teenagers.
Yes, they were
So
all,
you said,
all
I'll
small.
tell you what, let's make life interesting. Let's just adopt a teenager and bring her into the family.
Yeah, and then 2 years ago, our good friends at Second Chance Ranch called and said, hey, you know the little girl who's in class with your daughter at Arkansas Christian, would y'all be willing to, or would you consider fostering her?
Yeah.
And obviously they asked my wife Katie first, and she's on board, and she tells me, hey, let's talk about this, let's pray about this, and I think I'm probably more hesitant, and she won me over, and 2 years later, it's been a phenomenal thing to give a home to a little girl that's just amazing. And at that point, we just saw her. We didn't see her as a little girl in foster care that was at the ranch. We just saw her as one of Lori's friends. And she had been through a lot and been through some hard times and had been through all those transitions, and was maybe in a place where she was struggling when she came to us. And to see for 2 years her become part of our family, and we're mama and daddy now, and it's brothers and sisters, to see how good she's doing, and to just know in our heart how much we love her, and just to be so happy for her. And then they're having opportunities to move to they've met a forever family, and that's in progress, and with that comes a lot of joy, but maybe some heartache at the same time.
That'll be tough. But that's the thing that you have to recognize. It may be tough on us to release one of our foster children that we've embraced as our own to a forever family, but look at the impact. And it's gut-wrenching, but fulfilling at the same time.
We're going to know this little girl and her sister. We're going to know them their whole life. I truly believe it. And it's nothing we've done. It's God using our family, not just me, not just Katie, but our whole family, using us to pour into their lives for a season. And I know that the seeds are planted there for them to follow God in their life, for them to be difference makers in their life, for them to discover God's purpose for their life. And there's nothing greater that I think we could be a part of.
I met my best man in my wedding at the age of 14 at the Methodist Children's Home. He's my brother from another mother. I had dinner with him and my other brother about a month ago in Hot Springs, and he's part of our forever family. It's just who he is, and that's the joy of the pain of fostering, mentoring, and adopting.
So you asked me how many foster kids have we had? Well, those are official. But so we mentor through Second Chance Ranch as well, and Most of that's Katie, because I'm at work keeping all of that going and bringing home the bacon.
Yeah.
But
Bacon.
I'll
Did
pull
he
up
say
at my
bacon?
I'll pull up at my house on Friday afternoon, and there's 8 kids in my driveway.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, we've got 3 extra this weekend, and she's so amazing. Katie's so amazing to be able to get on their level and to love on them, and the neighbor kids are showing up at the house. So we've got 12 kids at the house, and the little boy next door said, Miss Katie, you're just the best mom in the neighborhood.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so we've just, you can't put a number on the amount of kids that she's been able to impact through us owning a business.
Yeah.
She's not working a full-time job, she's helping some, and it's given her the freedom to do ministry in that way.
And it all started with a dream and a shed that became a power wash, that's become a company that's impacted not just a family, but many, many, many foster kids, not just those in your house, but those in that house, because you and your friends at BOMA and so many friends like you have supported and continue to support what we're doing, and it's making a difference. I see children right here behind our cameras down on our Arkansas Christian Academy playground. I see a couple of our foster children out there.
There might even be an apple over there.
An apple a day, keep the doctor away.
But, so the big thing that I would say is, what are we going to do with the opportunity God's given us?
Yep.
It doesn't have to be something grand. We've got to start right where we are.
Where you are.
You're asking me, we've got to be willing to work hard, to give 120% in the thing that God's given us to put our hand to. But then we've got to be able to see that what He's given us, whether it's a business or our family, this is our mission, this is our ministry. And if we can't use this well, He's not going to give us anything more than that.
He that's faithful in little will be given much. The only problem with that, because everybody likes much, is to whom much is given, much is required. That means we've got to stay focused.
Yes.
Got to stay focused and be a part of what God's doing. This show's on the air to let you know that people just like me, people just like Chris and Katie, can make a difference. How? By just making the phone call, by taking that very first step. And Second Chance Youth Ranch, our team, Billy and Rachel and all of our team, we're here to help you get beyond the unknown and take that step of faith. Will you contact us here at 2CYR-TV or 2CYR.org and let us know how we can help you. We'll walk you through this process from the very first discussion to a child being placed in your home, and then our support network of counselors and our case managers. We're here to help you. We want it to be an experience that not only changes the life of a child, but your life and your family. We look forward to seeing you again right here at Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.